came out to feed the cows this morning and found this lovely mess. Sugar, what are you doing? Just helping themselves because they broke down the fence. Great. Guess what I get to do this morning? Fix this before they break it some more. Hey! Get out of there! Shoot! Grab that post pounder.
Not far enough into the ground?
No idea. It is a royal mess. They hadn't even gotten into it until I left to go get the camera. As soon as I walked away, they made a bigger mess and started eating this and knocking all that off. Ugh. Good thing I've got backup. So annoying.
I know. Pulling on it every day. Looks like they broke off the end of our post somehow. That was an old post anyway, so I'm guessing it was pretty well rusted through. So when I pounded it in the ground, it probably broke most of the way and they just snapped it the rest of the way off. So we're gonna get a new post that's not old and rusty, put it back in there.
I'll just stand guard. Look at me, I'm a fence post. Keep your hands above your head. Not one of my strengths.
Tying knots.
Something I need to work on.
Trying to see if we can see a baby moving in there. We can see it kicking around a little bit. Now she's gonna turn the other way. Never mind. Here's a little update why we've been feeding them under the fence like we have. There's where we threw the hay out there to keep them distracted. And they're stomping all over it, making a mess of it. Anytime we feed them on the ground, that's what they do. Any final words on your adventure today?
I love cows.
Cows are cool. We do love cows. We just don't like it when they get out and do stupid things.
But at least I got to spend time with you. I guess one word of note, the reason you haven't seen me in many videos lately is because during the winter I am a ski and snowboard instructor. So I've been hitting the slopes quite a bit and not so much work here. But I still feed the cows every morning. I just don't film it.
So I wanted to just take a moment to show you guys a few of the struggles that we have as we're trying to homestead and farm out here in the cold, and also a few of the benefits that it has that we find in the cold. So let me show you a couple of things real fast. So this is the inside of our chicken coop. And if you can see, I've turned over half of it, but on the back side of it is all a bunch of manure. Now check this out. As I'm trying to turn this over a little bit for them, it's one giant chicken turd sickle. I can't break it loose. That's a struggle. I gotta figure out how to break that all up. So the idea is, this bedding is supposed to get kind of hot as it composts with the straw. We just got straw and with the chicken poop. Supposed to compost just slow, keep this coop a little bit warmer, which is great in theory, but you can't compost icicles, so it's not doing much good right now. This is supposed to be water for the ducks. It's an icicle. There's no way we can keep enough water for the ducks thawed out. It just turns to ice too fast. And so the ducks don't ever have any water to bathe in the winter, which is probably okay for them, but it is a struggle. On the other hand, let me show you what these chickens are doing. She is just pecking at the snow. So for what water we can't keep thawed out for them, we have a whole landscape full of snow that these chickens can peck at. I haven't worried about water for them in months. They do just fine eating the snow. We don't worry about trying to keep de-icers or anything for the chickens. They manage on their own as long as they've got a large enough area to roam and to peck at the snow. Alright, here's one more struggle. We have this entire pasture area. That's all manure. There is no dirt to be found there. Everything you see, that's manure. It's all frozen. There's no way of moving that. We have absolutely no way to move it. It's like concrete. I mean, I guess we could get jackhammers out and hammer it out of there, but it's not going to move with the tractor. It's not going to move with the shovel. It's just giant concrete bed of manure. Over here, we have a big old pile of wood chips. Now that would be great to put back there with the cows. They could use that for bedding, use it as deep bedding, keep the manure off of them, keep them a little drier, and help to break down any pests that are in the manure. But this also is like concrete. Tried to dig some up earlier today. Took me probably 30 minutes to get one wheelbarrow full. If we owned a tractor, we could maybe move some of that with the tractor. It's not as hard as the manure is, but still, it's just giant chunks. It's not really wood chips anymore. It's mostly just frozen ice with wood chips in it. So I don't know that would be good for bedding anyway. But the one good thing with all of this manure here, there is no way any parasite is living in that. As gross as that is, that big old pile of manure that they're having to walk through, we don't have to worry about parasites this time of year because they just don't survive the cold. We've had below freezing temperatures. It'll kill off just about any parasite. So that is one benefit, is that it does put the parasite load down in the cold weather. Now you might ask, for bedding for these cows, why don't you just put some straw down? Well, we do. But before it gets laid on, it usually gets eaten. There we've got everybody eating the fresh straw. And there's the fresh hay. Fresh straw. It's not even fresh straw. Old straw. Gross straw. Fresh green hay. For some reason, our cows like to eat the straw more than they like to lay in it. I'm gonna go spread it out a little bit better for them. Hey! Leave it alone! Hey! Leave it alone! Knock it off! Gary! Gary! I made a mistake in when I bred these cows. There's only 3 of them that are still pregnant right now, or possibly pregnant. I don't know that all of them are, but we made a mistake. I got my scheduling off by a month somehow. So they're a month earlier than we would normally have calves, or would like to anyway. So these are due in about 2 or 3 weeks. On February 1st is when they're due. And so right now we're trying to keep some bedding out there for them in case somebody comes early, and just try to keep anybody warm if they do have a calf. Also checking on them regularly to see how close they are. I'm not real concerned about it. I haven't been real heavy on the bedding right now because nobody's really showing any signs of being close to calving. If you don't know, you can tell pretty well how close a cow is to calving by looking at their udder and looking at their vulva. So we'll see if we can look at Ginger here. She'll stand still for us. She's the one with the nose ring, but if you can see, she's starting to bag up just a little bit, but not much at all. So she's still got a few weeks before she's going to be ready to calve. Sugar, on the other hand, is also one of our other ones that are pregnant, but she is also the one that Ginger has been nursing on. And so her udder is still bigger. It's not as big as it was when she was nursing all the time. I haven't caught Ginger nursing, but she hasn't dried up as much as I thought she would. So it's hard to say whether she's still nursing or not. But the other thing you can look at is her vulva, which is not swollen at all. So she is likely not due anytime soon. I'll spare you the view of a backside of a cow though. And then we've got Dixie. I don't believe she is pregnant at all. She is scheduled to go to the butcher. And if you look, you can't even find an udder in there. She's so dried up. So, pretty sure she's not pregnant. She's scheduled to go to the butcher anyway because she's got a bad attitude. We don't like her bad attitude. So yeah, she's not shown any signs of calving anytime this year. So she will likely just carry on happy and fat, and we'll end up taking her to the butcher in April. So although this paddock that they're in is completely frozen right now, so we don't have to worry about the manure. You can see, if you look at some of the cows, you can see that they've got little spots of manure on them where they've been laying down. They just, as they lay down on the ice and it melts under their body heat, then they get a little bit of wet on them, but they're not like walking knee deep in it like they would be come spring. So give you a little insight here. Here's one little corner of what it's going to look like when spring rolls around. That's just, we had one warm day, just enough to warm the ground up, and that is the puddle that collected during that one warm day. It was only like 36 degrees. And so once we start hitting some 40s, we're going to have quite the muddy mess out here. So we'll either have to get them out of here quick once it warms up, or have to get some more wood chips or something in here. See if we can get this a little bit better bedding for them. But for now, that's what we've got. So we'll deal with it as we can. And then down the road, we'll make some changes as needed. All right, now I'm ticked. You gotta see this. I told you, this cow will nurse everybody. She's not nursing her anymore. Who's this guy? Who are you? Why are you nursing? Knock it off! Stop it! She's supposed to be drying off! Leave her alone! That's sirloin. Looks like it's time for another nose ring. Oh, he's not even gonna stop. He's not gonna give it up. He's not gonna give it up. Look at him. Look at him going right back to it. Oh, he loves it. He loves it, but he's not gonna get it. All right, I'm gonna be chasing him around forever if I don't do something about this. So I'm gonna go get me a rope, and we're gonna rope him and see if I can get a nose ring on him. I don't have any help today, so I'm all on my own. So this might be interesting. We'll figure it out though. Look at that. It's just dripping from his face. Ridiculous. He is 1.5 years old. All right, wish me luck here. So besides the fact that I stink at roping, this is kind of hard because it's like an ice skating rink out here. A cow manure ice skating rink. I'm not in the mood to fall and crack my head open, so I can't move real fast. They've got a lot more better footing than I do, so I'm having to throw this a long ways, try to get around him. So it's going to take me quite a few tries. So hang in there, we're going to catch him. I found another milk thief!
Uh-oh.
Caught him red-handed, stealing my milk. It's still dripping off of his face.
Where are you barking at? Let me get my boots on.
Okay, we're not going very far.
Rodeo!
Hold on, don't make a move for me.
Bailey, get in bed.
Hold on. Hold on. Lost my dolly here. You're missing all the action over here. Mama, it's in my back pocket.
Oh, you guys come over to stuff.
So I was trying to record. Oh, what picture did that have?
Yeah, and just pull it like that. And then it pops in there. It's funny looking, but it works.
Yeah. I won't steal you. You did this to yourself. Now he's got a weapon on his face. Jesus. I'm trying to let you go. Hi.
Hi.
How was skiing?
Good.
I follow you around like a dog on a chain. Since I found your love, it's always been the same. I'm never out late, I do anything you ask to get a pat on the back. I swear that I've been on every airline, from Memphis to Seattle, to be by your side. And I got nothing left now but $1 and a dime. Can't buy peace of mind. And it's all that I am today. If I were a little more sane, oh well, I'd probably quit drinking, keep some money in the bank. And if I could, I swear I would hide your memory away. I wouldn't have to walk around calling out your name. Eventually I might learn other ways, but not today.